Hello students, in this class today we are going to discuss about organelle ribosomes. Ribosomes are the structures or organelles which are present inside the cell. These ribosomes are two types. Some ribosomes which are scattered and spread freely inside the cell. They scatter freely inside the cell and means inside the cytoplasm. And some are the ribosomes which are attached or bind to the RER means rough endoplasmic reticulum. As we know in previous class we had discussed that endoplasmic reticulum divided into two types, that is SER and RER. The endoplasmic reticulum which consists of ribosomes called rough endoplasmic reticulum. In that way, ribosomes attach to the endoplasmic reticulum and some of the ribosomes they scatter freely inside the cytoplasm. So, what is the function of these ribosomes? The ribosomes are involved in the synthesis of proteins. This protein helps to the cell organelles in their functions. It is manufactured the proteins. These ribosomes are first observed by a scientist George Palade in the year 1953. It is not surrounded by any membrane. Generally some organelles are bound with some membranes, but here these ribosomes do not have any special membranous structure to cover this. Here you can see there are small granulate structures in the cytoplasm of the cell. They are called ribosomes. See, this is for example endoplasmic reticulum. You can see as granulate structures on the surface. The small granules are nothing but ribosomes. They are formed of RNA and protein. They are involved in the synthesis of proteins and RNA. There are two types, free ribosomes and they are scattered in the cytoplasm, and attached ribosomes, they attach to the surface of the endoplasmic reticulum called rough endoplasmic reticulum. They are the sites for the protein synthesis. Clear? This is about ribosomes. The next organelle, plastids. If you see the difference between plant cell and animal cell, what is the major function? Plant cell have plastids, but if you observe animal cell, no plastids are present in animal cell. Due to this presence of plastids, plants can prepare their own food. Nothing but preparation of glucose molecule C6H12O6. But this glucose will not synthesized by these animal cells because the absence of plastids in the animal cell. Right. Here we have an activity, observation of chloroplast in rheoloef. We have to take this leaf, a small part of peel of the leaf, and put it on the slide. Add 1 drop of water to this and observe under the microscope. When we observe this leaf under the microscope, what happened? You can see like this structure. A number of granulate structures are present here. They are in green color. So, the green color granules are called chloroplast. Just now I said plastids. Now chloroplast. What is plastid? What is chloroplast? I'll say clear. Now here the granules which you can see or which you are observing here, chloroplast. They are in green color. Why they are in green color? Because the plastid which contain a pigment. This pigment is in green color, that is chlorophyll. Due to this chlorophyll, the plastids appears in green color. Is it clear? So the plastid which contain this chlorophyll, the plastids are called chloroplast. Here you can see the chloroplast in the leaf. This chloroplast or this chlorophyll helps in trapping the sunlight. Which trap? Sunlight. And this sunlight helps in the synthesis of food materials. Means conversion of this sunlight, light energy into chemical energy. Conversion of this light energy into chemical energy, that is in the form of glucose. This total process will be takes place inside the plastids or chloroplast. So that's why these chloroplasts are called kitchen house of the cell. These chloroplasts are called kitchen house of the cell or site for the photosynthesis process. Plastids are majorly three types: chloroplast, chromoplast, leucoplast. Here, chloroplast means the plastids which contain green color pigments or green pigments like chlorophyll. Chlorophyll. Where the chlorophyll is present, that plastids are called chloroplast. What is its function? Just now we discussed the involved in photosynthesis process. Right? Means conversion of light energy into chemical energy. This is the site for photosynthesis process. Right. Here chloro means green, which indicate green. Another one, chromoplast. Chromo means different colors, which is responsible for different colors in a plants. If you observe plants, roots are in one color, stem is in one color, leaves, flowers, fruits, they are available in different colors. How the colors appears like that? Why all flowers are not in same color? Why all fruits are not in same color? Because that particular fruit or flower contains different types of chromoplast in them. Like mango, it is in yellow color because it related chromoplast is present. That's why due to that chromoplast that is in yellow color. Carrot, that is orange in color. Why it is in orange color? Because chromoplast is present. So that chromoplast will change the carrot to appear as orange color. So like this. Chromoplasts are responsible for the color of parts of plants. For example, see here carotene, xanthophyll, etc. If any part of the plant which contains carotene, which appears in orange color, right? Xanthophyll. If any part of the plant which have this xanthophyll, that part appears in yellow color. Like that. Based on the chromoplast which is present in that part, that appears in different color. Is it clear? Chloro means only green color. Chromo means different types of colors. So the plastids which contain different color pigments, that plastids are called chromoplast, which is responsible to appear different plant parts in different color. And third one, leucoplast. Here leuco means colorless, which will not shows any color. Colorless plastids are called leucoplast. See, but they have their own function. Based on this function, leucoplasts divide into three types. What is the function? They doesn't show any color, but they store food materials in them. Based on the food materials which they stored, based on that they divide into three. For example, the plastid which store carbohydrates in their cells, that plastids are called amyloplast. Right? For example, if any part of the plant is for example, potato is potato, which contain carbohydrates. Means which store carbohydrates. Where these carbohydrates are stored? In a stem part. Right? Potato means which is a stem vegetable. Right? Which store carbohydrates. Means in the potato there is a many amyloplasts are present. These amyloplasts are store these carbohydrates. Right? Another one, ileoplast. Ileoplasts are responsible to store the oil and fat molecule. The storage of oil and fat takes place in the plastid, that is ileoblast. And proteins, the storage of proteins takes place in a plastid, that is aleuroblast. Is it clear? Like this, based on the storage, the leucoplasts are divided into three types. Amyloplast, which store carbohydrates, ileoplast, which store oil and fat, ileoblast, ileoblast, which store oil and fat, aleuroplast, which store proteins. In this way, plastids are involved in different functions. Now, let us observe the structure of chloroplast. Here it is the chloroplast, one of the plastid which is a site for photosynthesis. See this in structure of chloroplast, you can observe granum, thylakoids, stroma. These are main parts which are involved in photosynthesis process. See the shape of the chloroplast. It is in oval shape or spherical in shape. See, chloroplasts are different shapes. They are in disc-like shape or oval shape, etc. In some algae, this chloroplast also present in the shape of ladder, star, or spirally coiled or reticulated structures. Means they are in different colors, different shapes. See, the plants can vary between 4 to 10 microns. Chloroplast in higher plants, that means the size, the diameter of the chloroplast in higher plants can vary between 4 to 10 microns. The primary functions of the chloroplast: trap the energy from the sun and transform it into chemical energy, that is glucose. So, that process is called photosynthesis process. This chloroplast covered by two membranes. You can see the external membrane. This is called outer membrane. And the inside one membrane will be present. That is called inner membrane. Right? And here many structures are piled one upon another. That each structure is called thylakoid. This is called thylakoid. Many thylakoids are joined together, pile up one and another. They are arranged in a systematic manner. So these thylakoids arrange in this way. So number of thylakoids, the group of thylakoids called granum or grana, right? And these all granas, see these all granum connected with a tube-like structure. Connected with a tube-like structure. Here you can see the tube-like structure. This tube-like structure is called stroma lamellae. Stroma lamellae. So many thylakoids are joined in this way. They are joined with a tube-like structure called stroma lamellae. And one more place inside the chloroplast which contain only fluid. Which contain fluid and some enzymes. Fluid and some enzymes are also present. These enzymes are involved in the photosynthesis process. Means enzymatic reactions are occurs inside the fluid. That is called stroma. That is called stroma. Here granum and stroma. Granum is responsible for the enzymatic reactions. This stroma, when we see the internal part of this granum, which has an empty space inside this. You can see here green color. This is empty space. This empty space is called lumen. This lumen contains green color pigments called chlorophyll. Chlorophyll. This chlorophyll helps in trapping the sunlight and convert this light energy into chemical energy. So, when we see the inside of the grana, a small opening is present or small empty space present. That empty space is nothing but lumen. This lumen contains green color pigments called chloroplasty. That's why you can see it is in green color because number of chlorophylls present here. These chlorophyll trap the sunlight from the sun and they supply to the different organelles. They convert this light energy into chemical energy. So this is the process takes place inside the chloroplast. And finally, the product is glucose, means the food produced in this chloroplast. So that's why this chloroplast is called kitchen house of the cell or site for the photosynthesis. Here, certain organelles are present in large number in the cell. For example, cell involved in photosynthesis may contain around 50 to 200 chloroplasts. Where the photosynthesis process takes place more, there the number of chloroplasts are more. Clear? And one more organelle, vacuole. If you see plant cell and animal cell, this is animal cell and this is plant cell. If you see these both the cells, a small vacuoles you can see inside. But in the plant cell, a large sac-like structure is present here. This large sac-like structure inside the plant cell called vacuole. Is it clear? So, before going to learn about the vacuole, once we observe the vacuole, how it is present inside the plant. Take the leaf or stem of any succulent plant, means the plant which store water, like desert plant. Here cactus, it is one of the desert plant which store water inside it. Such plants, succulent plant. We need to collect a small leaf or stem from them. And thin cross section, a small piece of that stem, we collect and put it on the watch glass. Put it on the watch glass. Watch glass means a glass which is in this shape is called a watch glass. After that, add color to this. Means staining. Means staining. What is meant by staining? Adding color to the material. What is the need of this staining? Is it necessary? Yes, staining is necessary because this staining helps us to see the material or to study the material easily by observing each and every organelles or each and every part which is present inside the material, because they absorb the color. By that we can see them clearly under the microscope. So that's why staining is necessary. So we need to stain this part with the saffron in solution. With the saffron in solution. After that, we need to observe these under the microscope. What we can observe after completing this activity? See the large empty spaces present in the cell called vacuole. Just now I have shown. These are fluid-filled sac-like structures. It is a sac-like structure, means a bag-like structure which completely filled with different types of fluids. See, in animal, what happened? In animal cells, vacuoles are very small in size. While in plant cells, they are very large. Why? What is the difference? See, in a mature plant, cells they might occupy almost the entire cell space. Vacuole maintain pressure within the cell. They export unwanted substances from the cell like waste materials. When we observe plant cells, when they are small, there is a more number of vacuoles are present, but they are very small. Right? At that time, the nucleus also is exactly in the middle. But when these plants matured, when the plant cell matured, all vacuoles are increase in its size and fuse together. Increase its size and fuse together, then form only single vacuole. They all fuse together and form single vacuole. In the formation of a single vacuole, the nucleus which is present inside exactly in the center of the cell may pushed by this vacuole, and slowly this nucleus move towards the cell wall. Means because of this vacuole, the nucleus position will be changed. Right? So if you observe plant cell and animal cell, in animal cell, the nucleus position will be exactly in the center. But when you observe the plant cell, the nucleus always located towards the cell wall because the total space, minimum 90% of the place occupied by this vacuole inside the cell. So that's why it will be pushing the nucleus towards the cell wall and the nucleus position will be here in the corner or near to the cell wall, which contain different types of substances. Right? This is about a vacuole. One more topic, our cells are fat.